because my daughter just started vomiting this morning. I had to rush her to the hospital and all that. So that kind of messed up a little bit of the day, but then it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's part of taking responsibility, you know. So once again, I'd like to say good morning to everybody. I hope you can hear me properly, loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
Good morning. We've been taking the series, taking responsibility for you, for yourself. So I'm just going to be wrapping it up this morning. My name is Yetunde Olatunji. I'm the founder of the 21st Century Women Initiative, which is an initiative born out of my desire to see my fellow women winning. It is my pleasure to pass across the things, the principles that I've been able to practice that have helped me from where I'm coming from to where I am right now. So it is my pleasure to pass it across to other women and men, children, or as much people that I can help. So I'd like to welcome everybody this morning. I'd like to say good morning. I'd like to appreciate Dr. Afolabi, Olatunji, the person of my own handsome husband. Thank you once again for sharing the floor with me, and to appreciate everyone here, Coach Dan, Maximize Wealth, Madam Olulade, every one of us. I would like to say good morning. First and first, I would like to implore us to check on the YouTube page to look at, to watch other videos that have been shared on this topic that I'll be talking about this morning. Our time is fast spent because we're starting late. So I'm just going to be giving just few tips. And I would like also to be practical about the topic that we are talking on this morning, taking responsibility of your life. First and first, what do we define as responsibility? Responsibility is being accountable for something that is within your control. I'll break it down like this. You can, like a good example, Nigeria is the way it is. Everybody's complaining about Nigeria. Nigeria is not in your personal control. So you can take responsibility for Nigeria as an individual. So Nigeria is in the control of some people, let's say the government. So you can't say I am responsible for how Nigeria has turned out to be. That's an example. But something that you are in control of, your home. As a wife, as a husband, you're in control of your home, your children, till they get to the age of 18, when they will become adults. You are in control of them. You are a steward over them. You are the one that's supposed to guide them and nurture them and show them the way to go. So those are the kind of example of things that you are supposed to be responsible for. So I would like us to have it at the back of our mind that as much as you want to be responsible for things, you don't want to be responsible for something that is not within your control. You are responsible for things that's within your control. You are accountable for things that is within your control. So your life, which is number one, is within your control. So we've been talking about is how do you take responsibility? You need to know that if you do not start taking responsibility of your life, you have not started the journey to breakthrough. I would like us to know that if you have not accepted the responsibility for yourself, for your life, you have not started the journey to breakthrough. So the few tips I'll be sharing with us, number one, is it is your choice. I'd like to share some life experiences and story to back up the few points that I have to wrap up this topic this Friday. My story, and there's this particular story, I do not know if you have heard that story before, of a man. He has two sons. You know, the man was a drunkard, a heavy one at that. So the two of them were male. One turned out to be a drunkard as well, and the other never tasted alcohol. So they asked the first one, why is it that you drink so much? He said, because that was all my father was able to pass across to me. My father is a drunkard, he drinks a lot, so I learned that from him. That was his choice. The other one, born by the same father, nurtured in the same environment, never tasted alcohol, made good out of his life. He was being asked as well, why is it that when you see alcohol, you run from it? He said, because I saw that the quality of my father's life is not what I wanted, because as a result of the alcohol that he takes often, I made a decision that I was never going to taste alcohol. You can imagine that. It was all in his choice and a decision. One of them decided to follow suit, while the other one said, no, because of this, I wouldn't do that. It's just like some people that are brought up in some abusive environment or home. You know, your father maybe he beats your mother, and you see one of them say, "Because my father beats my mother, I am never going to touch my wife." That is a decision. And some will say, "Oh, I will beat my wife too because the father." So it's all in a decision. It's all a choice. So I like for us to know today that you have to be responsible as a result of your choice. Like you would be the one to sit down and make a decision. Now, my own life experience, let's say, okay, we don't even know about the stories that I'm talking about. But while I was growing up, I lost my biological father at the age of 7. Growing up was a lot challenging. Like it wasn't easy. If I tell you it wasn't easy, it wasn't easy. The only thing my mother was able to show me was Jesus Christ. You know, she took us to church, we listened to the sermons and all that. So I really wanted to be successful. Decision. Why? I wanted to take out my mom out of struggle. I wanted to be able to take care of my siblings, you know, to be able to help people. I made a decision that the things that I go through growing up, I will make sure that, you know, little children that probably lose their parents at that age will not go through the same thing. So it was my decision from that. Now, that decision prompted me to make other decisions in my life. Decisions like studying hard to go to school, because at that point I felt studying hard would give me good grades and that would make me a successful person. So when I went to university, I took classes serious. I did everything that I was supposed to do. Because of what? My number one decision that I know that it is not my mother's fault. It is not my father's fault. It is my fault. It is my responsibility to bring out the best out of myself. It is my responsibility to be a good for my society, to impact people around me. I took it upon myself. So I made that choice. So I believe that it is a decision. Now, that choice prompted me in my section in school. I came out to be the best. I had an award for that. I finished with a 4.40 because I was always studying hard. Now, when I came out of school, reality setting, I didn't get the kind of job that I wanted. You know, they were offering me some kind of funny, crazy jobs. I didn't blame it on Nigeria. I didn't blame it on my rich uncles that were supposed to find me a job. At some point, I sucked about it. I felt bad about it. I felt if I had studied hard to this level, I should be able to get a job on a platter of gold. But at some point again, thank God that I was able to retrace it. I thought about it. I am responsible for myself. What can I make out of my life? I sat down, I thought about it. I started working on my self-development, personal development, learning new skills. I learned a lot of things. I learned to do decoration. I learned to do makeup. I just started, learning new skills. Then I thought about it one day. I'm good with marketing. My mom does trading, and I used to assist her when I was way younger. I'm good with people. I make friends easily. Can't I just start a business? And then I had a little savings. So I spoke to one of my auntie. She borrowed me 100,000 naira. I had 100,000 saved for my NYSC saving. Do you know, with 200,000 naira, I traveled to Kano and I started this guinea bouquet business. But because I could relate with people easily, my business started moving. I started building on that. I'm trying to tell us that it all went down to a decision. That point, I was living with my uncle. It was okay. It was well to do. In fact, he had other plans for me. But I said, no, this is my life. So I took responsibility. And I'd like to tell people that, you see, the principle that govern life and success, like I used to say, they are the same thing. If you are willing to practice it, you will get the same result. So I would like for us today to know that whatever you're going through, whatever thing is happening to you, it is your fault. Okay, let me give you another example, because I said I was going to share this thing with personal stories. When I was going to get married, myself and my husband, that time he just proposed. We went to see a counselor who happens to be our married counselor right now. He asked us a question. He said, my brother and my sister, if this marriage doesn't work, whose fault is it? Give yourself percentage. We looked at one another and we said 50-50. 50% my husband's fault, 50% my fault. Then he said, no, it's 100% each and everyone's fault. We were like, what do you mean? He said, if you look at it from that angle, this marriage is going to work. When something happens, let each one of you take up the responsibility 100, that if this marriage is not working, it is my fault. That eats something in me. So when some little things happen between me and my husband, instead of apportioning the blame, I take it all. I go and meet him like, babe, okay, let's talk about this. And then we sort it. I discovered that from his own end too, he's always willing to listen, to make amends. So that's also another good example to let us know that when you make a decision and a choice that this is my life, it is mine. I would like for us to know that we are in this life not by mistake. We have a purpose to fulfill in life. This life that we are living is not for us alone. It's to impact other people. So if you don't make good out of your own life, how do you make good out of other people's life? I need us to stop blaming it on Nigeria, blaming it on the government, blaming it on whichever country that you are in, maybe America or whatever, blaming it on your parents, blaming it on one stepmother or one in-law or one. In fact, as a wife, don't blame it on your husband. If you're asking your husband for money to start a business and he's telling you he doesn't have, now start thinking, what do I need to do? Where do I need to go? Who do I need to talk to raise this capital for my business? I need us to start sitting down and don't blame it on your husband. Don't blame it on your children. Don't blame it on anybody. In fact, don't blame it on God. Life is all about covenant. If you fulfill your own aspect of the covenant and principles that govern success, God will show up for you. Our God is a liberal God. He doesn't cheat anybody. I need you to look at it very well. If you are a religious person, if you think something is not working for you, go to your own Bible. If you are a Muslim, go to your Quran. Go and look at what it is that you are doing wrong, because our God is a liberal God. So do not blame that God is not good to me, or some people are lucky. No, it is not easy on the other side. It is not luck. Yes, there is the place of grace, there's a place of blessings. But if you decide to take it as a choice that it is my fault, believe you me, your eyes will open. That veil that is upon your eyes, that is making you to see things from a wrong perspective, will be taken off your face. You will start getting inspiration. You will start getting help. The universe will start bringing ideas into your head. So I would like for us today to please take it upon ourselves. Another point I would like to give to us this morning is to trust the process. Triggered in taking responsibility, please trust the process. Some of us are doing well, but it's so unfortunate that along the line we just get tired and like, I'm not doing it again, Joe. I've been trying this and it's not working for me. See, I tell people, no matter what craft or discipline that you choose, I swear to God, you're going to pay your dues. If you pay that dues in 5 years, it is the grace of God. Normally, you pay your dues for 7, 8 years to 10 years. Go and look at the stories of people that are successful. When you read their story, you will read the place where they paid their dues. Sometimes you just see the glory. You don't see the story. There's always a story behind every glory. So in taking responsibility for your life, know that you have to trust the process. You have to pay your dues. You have to learn what you need to learn. So I want us to please and please don't get tired. Do not quit upon yourself. Do not quit upon yourself. Try to trust the process. Try to have good people around you. People that when you are feeling down, you can talk to, that they will ginger you again and tell you, no, go girl, go guy, you're doing well. People that will encourage you. With that, you will never give up on yourself, because my brother, my sister that is listening to me, if you give up on yourself, I tell you that is the end of it. Because it's a part of what you as a person is supposed to do in this your success, and that part is huge. So when you now give up upon yourself, so who is supposed to help you? Nobody. Even Jesus Christ, even God, even Allah cannot help you. You have to be able to help yourself. So I'd like to tell you that you should not give up upon yourself. Another thing I would like to tell you is to forgive. Forget about the past. Maybe your mother or your father did not pay your school fees. Some people, I see them, they still talk about it. And my daddy did not take me to good schools. My daddy was a humanizer. He didn't take care of us. And that is making you to keep complaining. You are not seeing it from that angle that you are the sole owner, aside from God, of your life. Remember this morning, you forget everything, that you are not in this world for yourself alone. You are not in this place for yourself alone. So if you don't make something good out of your life, how can you make something good out of other people's life? So I once again want to implore us to go and listen to all the audios that has been put up on YouTube concerning this topic by Dr. Falabi and by Coach Dan, and then wrap it up with this. And I believe that our lives will never be the same. There's one thing that we all have in common, is 24 hours. How you choose to use your 24 hours is your choice. It's part of you being responsible. So I'll leave us on this note and this morning. And because our time is fast spent, I hope I've been able to share, few points that are valuable to us this morning. And I would like to say thank you for having me this morning once again. God bless you. Coach Dan, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.